you concerned that if you go on a cut, you're going to lose muscle, lose all the hard work you put in, and just look, well, skinny fat?
Yeah, actually, I am. How did you know?
Well, because that was me 7 years ago, after I had my first child. Over the years, I came across 7 powerful muscle retaining techniques that eventually enabled me to have a toned, defined physique. And in this video, I'm going to share them with you to help you get over that fear fast. Most women don't even know that these exist, and if you stick around, I'll be dropping some bonus tips. The first lesson was probably the hardest for me to learn. 1. If there's no muscle, there's no tone. So when women say that they want a toned body, lines and definition, this is muscle revealed at a low body fat. If there's no muscle, there's no definition. And that's why when you lose weight and you had no muscle to begin with, your body looks soft and flat. So to have tone, you've got to first work on building muscle so that it can be revealed when you drop that fat. Here was me when I cut without first building any muscle. And here's me now, still on a cut after spending over a year building muscle. How do you build muscle? You lift weights 3 to 5 times a week. Can you lose fat and build muscle at the same time? Yes, if you're just starting out with lifting weights. You can take advantage of newbie gains. But bad news, if you've been lifting weights for some time, you're gonna have to commit to either a muscle building phase or a fat loss phase and stick with them. Now you're probably wondering, how come all these influencers always look like they have muscle definition, even when they're on a bulk? It's because they do something called a lean bulk, where they only start bulking if they've reached a very low body fat percentage. And then they increase their calories very carefully to avoid gaining excess fat and to maximize muscle gain. So whether you're starting out lifting or you've been lifting for a while, remember, for muscle to show when you cut, you first have to have muscle to begin with. 2. Should your training plan change on a cut? When you're cutting or dropping fat, holding on to muscle becomes harder because you're eating less food and your body's primary function is to keep you alive, not to build muscle. So you want to do everything possible to hold on to that muscle as much as you can. Hence, your lifting sessions should be similar to or even more intense than when you were building. In short, when you're cutting, this is the time to get really serious and consistent with your lifting sessions so that your body understands that the muscle needs to stay. Muscles are about 76% water, so even moderate dehydration can affect your power and endurance during your workouts. Make sure you're never thirsty. Keep in mind though that now, since you're on lower calories, you're more likely to get injured. This is why regardless of whether I'm in a building or in a cutting phase, I stay within the 8 to 15 rep range, sometimes 20, without going super heavy, so I can focus on good form and full range of motion. Especially after I turned 40, this has worked wonders for me. But what about cardio? Cardio can be tricky. It can help you burn a little extra calories on a cut to offset eating too little, but too much cardio or certain types of cardio can eat into your muscle gains. So how much cardio should you do? I do fasted cardio every morning for 35 minutes on the treadmill at a moderate pace. And if the weather is nice, I go outside for a walk. Nothing crazy, as you can see. I take 10 grams of glutamine before my cardio session every morning, as it restarts the muscle building process after basically a night of fasting. But it is also great for gut health and for your immune system, especially when your body is stressed. I know it seems like we should be doing faster cardio for faster fat burning, but since we want to maintain muscle, it's a delicate balance. I used to run and go all out, max heart rate on all my cardio sessions, and I always ended up losing muscle. Max effort cardio fasted can increase inflammation and raise cortisol, the stress hormone, which can break down muscle tissue. We don't want that. We want to hold on to every bit of muscle. Now, fasted cardio isn't better than doing cardio after you eat, but it can help regulate your blood sugar. Plus, I want to get it out of the way as early as possible. In total, I try to hit at least 10,000 steps a day. If you don't have access to a treadmill, it can be anything that you enjoy doing. You can go bike riding, dancing, easy jump rope, anything that gets your heart rate moderately high. So I bought a walking pad, which I think is the best investment because where I live, the weather sucks 10 out of 12 months. So this is perfect, especially because I spend the majority of my day just sitting on my butt staring into a computer. You could even walk on this pad while watching an episode of your favorite TV show. I give my clients many other options to split, mix and match their cardio, so just have fun with it. Always track your weight on a cut so you can reduce your cardio if you start dropping weight too quickly. Okay, so you know about training, cardio, what about food? A big mistake that a lot of women make, and this is me in the past too, is dropping their calories too low. I get that we want to lose fat quickly, but you'll end up losing precious muscle too. Dropping just 1 pound a week is healthy. If you're dropping more weight than that, increase your calories. An easy way to figure out your calories on a cut is to multiply your weight in pounds by 12. So for me, that's 136 times 12, which is 1,632 calories. Now, can you just eat whatever you want as long as you meet your calorie target? Nope. Number 5. The most crucial thing to building muscle is protein. So make sure that at least 35% of your diet has protein. What works really well is 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. So I weigh 136 pounds. I should have about 136 grams of protein, but I have about 145 grams, just to be safe. The best sources of protein are whole, unprocessed, and single ingredient foods. You can add a whey protein isolate shake to meet that target. I like this one. What about protein pancakes or protein puddings?
Certain food ingredients can increase inflammation and stress, which impact muscle growth.
When you're cutting, well, even when you're building, it's important to stick to single ingredient, whole, unprocessed food. When bodybuilders cut, they remove all the processed shit from their diet. Protein quality matters. And the type of protein that you find in beef or turkey is way more superior than protein pancakes. That shit is filled with sugar and chemicals. And it's gonna cause inflammation in your gut and fat loss resistance. So stick with whole, unprocessed food for best results. I usually also remove refined sugar and dairy, even Greek yogurt from my diet when I'm cutting. Because, well, refined sugar has no benefit. And dairy can sometimes cause bloating. I use stevia and cinnamon to sweeten my coffee and oatmeal. I always salt my food. When you lift or do cardio, you lose more salt through sweating than someone who's just sitting around all day. Salt is really important for muscle strength and endurance. I use Himalayan sea salt. And just to clarify, I know of several bodybuilders and athletes who eat a lot of processed food and they are still in amazing shape. But here, my focus is not just about looking good on the outside, but being healthy from the inside. I truly believe the reason that I look several years younger than my actual age is because I've always prioritized clean, healthy eating.
Is that all?
Well, one last thing. You're going to feel more tired with all the reduced calories. Do not push yourself too hard. Your sleep and your recovery are equally important as your training for your body to effectively drop fat and retain muscle. Now, you don't need supplements if your diet is perfect, but there are certain supplements that can help with energy, recovery, and digestion. My go-tos are vitamin D, B complex, probiotics, fish oil, and magnesium. If you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, reach out to me, let's have a chat, and let's see if I can help you. I've helped hundreds of moms get really great results, even from home. So the link is in the description and in the comments. But if you don't need my help and you're ready to start, go check out this next video on how to build muscle over 40.